They sat in a half circle that spanned out towards the back of the classroom. Each prisoner garbed in the classic jail two-piece, the stiff khaki pants and the beige top that fountained over some of their thin upper bodies. It was a cold, cold afternoon in the Rikers Island jail facility. Jacob stood at 6'4", and a ruined tattoo of a flaming basketball sat squarely between his collarbones. He was only 18 years old. 18 years old, facing a 17-year prison sentence for a nonviolent drug charge. And yet somehow, Jacob's wide smile, his great poise, uncharacteristic of anyone in that situation, would always distract me from the urgency of his upcoming trial. On his desk, hidden away between the pages of his notebook, so that neither the correctional officer standing watch at the door nor the correctional officer standing directly behind me would notice, Jacob kept a small standard AA battery. In between taking notes, he methodically peeled away the battery's cover, leaving its negative and positive charge points exposed. Later on that evening, Jacob used a door in his housing unit to chip off the uppermost piece of that battery, what a scientist over at Harvard College might call the anode. In his cell, Jacob then cut a small strip of aluminum foil from a soup box, a purchase he made at commissary, of course. He held the thin strip against the two ends of the battery. And when the aluminum foil ignited, when it finally caught fire, Jacob swiftly moved the foil near a piece of toilet tissue he positioned just a few inches away. Now, when the toilet tissue sparked, Jacob quickly reached into his crotch area and produced a cigarette. He held the cigarette's tip to the fire, and when it lit, Jacob took a deep, deep, relaxing pull. This, my fellow graduates, is how an 18-year-old in jail got by, is he waited to be sentenced and put away for nearly as many years as he had been alive on this earth. Today we are graduating, and not just from any middle-of-the-road university. Today, friends, we are graduating from Harvard University. At this institution, we have everything anyone could ever need to start a fire. Everything. We have the books, the capacious libraries, the academic instruction. We have the famed visitors and preeminent fellows. And next year, students will have the very first Black woman serving as Dean of Harvard's Graduate School of Education. We have all those things. And most importantly, we also have had each other. So in the end, my fellow graduates, one might dare say we have it all. But you see, there's something we might not have that Jacob had. There's something we might not have that Jacob had. Jacob was desperate. He was desperate. So today I challenge you all with this question. What are you desperate for? What are you desperate for? We talk about equity in education for all, but are we desperate for it? We talk about candor in curriculums, but are we desperate for it? We talk about liberation pedagogy. We talk about freedom, but are we desperate for it? You see, when you have nothing and you find yourself in a position of great necessity, you must find a way to produce exactly what it is that you need. You must. Because where there is great need, without a desperate will, there is often tragedy. But that challenge doesn't end with the students alone. We should be asking the very same question of this university. And so, Harvard, how desperate are you? I cannot pretend to know the answer for this institution, but I am confident that I know the answer for this graduating class. We are desperate. We are desperate for change. We have shared it in the classroom. We have shared it on all floors of the Gutman Library. I even see that desperation today. I think some of you are ready to start your full-time job tomorrow. And so if you're willing, I ask that you raise your right hand and take this pledge with me. Repeat after me. I will start a fire. Whether you give me everything or you give me nothing. Because I am desperate for change. Class of 2018, go out into the world and let your desperate show. Congratulations.